We're back. Hey, I want to talk about the fact that we've been seeing projects and service based businesses that produce nothing but projects. That process, that reality kind of aging out. And we've been seeing it for a while, but some posts recently on LinkedIn and a chat in a community I'm in, and a couple other messages that I've gotten, conversations I've had recently, have drilled into me the idea or the point that that transition is kind of completing, or may even be complete for many of us. And what does all that mean? The idea is that the world is moving to outcome-based support, and projects are often different. They don't always have conversations about the outcomes of anything. It's more about the deliverable. And the economy that we're in now is really connection-based. So welcome to the connection economy. We're glad to have you. It's a world that requires that we build relationships, long-term relationships, and serve people for a long period of time. And that is very different than what we've tried to do as an industry, in the services industry, selling projects. And in this world where we build relationships, the entire goal, in order to do that and do that well, is we've got to find a way to scale trust. And that isn't something that project-based businesses have built out. It's a muscle we haven't built out as an industry, as a market. And I work in the service industry. My company makes websites. I have a long history as a designer, art director, creative director, creating all kinds of marketing campaigns in every media type imaginable. And so by comparison, projects are won generally by earning instances of trust, and do a great job and get the hell out. Get it done, move on to the next project. That doesn't mean there haven't been long-term relationships. There have been. But to have a long-term relationship in the project world, you had to value the relationship over the quality and the effectiveness of the work. Because if you weren't scaling trust, it's really, really difficult to have conversations about effectiveness or put skin in the game from an effectiveness standpoint. You didn't want, traditionally, agencies, creatives, writers, designers of all kinds, branding, they don't even want to know about the effectiveness of the work in market. We just assume it's going to be great because we're really talented. We give it to the client. Whether or not it's effective is based on media strategy, and there are other marketing strategies. It's not on us. That doesn't really work anymore. Selling projects has become increasingly difficult because of that fact. And since the maturation of social media, what we're seeing is that this connection economy is based on our ability to scale trust, because now we're accountability partners. And traditionally, agencies, creative firms, creatives of all kinds have not been accountability partners. If anything, we've just been either outsourced hands, outsourced expertise, or a talent pool that can be leveraged for a period of time. And then, since the client generally holds all of the leverage in that kind of relationship, if you're just selling time, then what you turn into is basically, how do I say this? I want to be nice. You're outsourced help, and that isn't always been held accountable for effectiveness in the market. It was sort of a shared understanding. I hope that made sense. And it's a big part of why I productize my company's services at Resin and Pixel company, resonantpixel.co. I switched to a subscription model where clients don't even pay a project fee. They just subscribe and we're off to the races. And that shift seemed early 2 years ago, but it is gained a ton of traction now. And it's really resonating with the people that I talk to because of a few things that I accomplished. And I've got 5 things that I'm going to share that will help you scale trust. They're 5 tips for scaling trust. And I talk to businesses every day. We've served more than 100 businesses in the last 2 years. And the conversations always start, as they always have, with a specific deliverable. I need A so I can get B. And in the agency game, the creative game, it's always been that way, whether you're in branding or direct marketing. And the move here is that doesn't really work if you haven't scaled trust. And here are my 5 tips for scaling trust, okay? Number 1, case studies. Oh boy, have I struggled with case studies. I mean, cobbler's kids have no shoes, right? Not only do I not enjoy writing case studies, I haven't really even built that. I think the portfolio on my website's like a year and a half old, maybe more. It's so old. None of the recent work or latest work has been added to it. And I have a to-do item that I seem to punt into the future constantly because it's just not a priority on most days and most weeks. And that'll probably change at some point. I don't know how old it has to be for that to be the case. But anyway, case studies, maybe AI, maybe Known or ChatGPT or Claude or something can help me with that. Case studies. That's number 1. Number 2, have a guarantee. I know you don't want to hear it. Most creatives and design firms and agencies don't want to guarantee anything because it means putting skin in the game. But we need a guarantee, period. Guarantee something, whether you'll complete something in 30 days or you'll complete something in 6 months. Like, guarantee something that if this doesn't go as promised, something is on the line. The next one would be commit to response times. Let me say that again. Commit to response times. And this is also a really difficult one for freelancers especially, and small agencies, probably almost as much. The idea is, say, this is how we guarantee we'll get back to you in this amount of time. And look, sometimes circumstances change. Maybe you have to put a stipulation on it and say, we'll get something done by X as long as everything is there. If it's bigger than that, what we'll do is reach out to you and come up with another due date. Or every email you send gets a response within 72 hours or 48 hours or something. Have a commitment to response times. And another thing, tip number 3 would be, have a system for asynchronous communication and access to you and or your team. Having a system like get clients into Slack or Trello or Notion or some way for them to feel like, other than email, there's a way to make sure you're getting something. And when it's in a system that you've provided, you lose the excuse like, I didn't see it, like I didn't see your email. Like, that's gone. And there's comfort in that for people that don't work for the organization, clients, customers. There's comfort in that. So have a system for asynchronous collaboration and access to you and the team. Goes a long way to making them feel like they're heard and the things that they need to get done will get done. It leads me to number 5. And this one's hard. Turn your process into the product. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you do branding design or if you do print and collateral or sign design, or if you're an illustrator or if you're a writer. You have a process for getting these things done, and that process is proprietary to your workflow and your deliverable, and it is really the one thing that separates you from all other people that do this exact same thing. Your style is your style, your work is your work, but at the end of the day, people are buying you, they're buying your process. So name it, productize it. That way, it doesn't matter whether you're doing it for them or with them, or even creating DIY content, your process creates a specific outcome. And we started this video talking about selling outcomes, and that's exactly where we're going to end it here. Sell outcomes. The entire idea here is, in a connection economy, outcome-based support relies on almost entirely on our ability to scale trust. So I've had this one in my brain for a few weeks now. And I heard a couple other people talk about it, like I said, in Slack and on LinkedIn. And I think I even saw a YouTube video here. And there are a few different ways of looking at it, and I think everyone touched on it, but I was curious what my take is, because I've been way out front on productization and creating this subscription-based design business for a couple of years now. I've been way out front on it, and there have been people who literally thought I was crazy. I talked about this at Squarespace Circle Day Fireside Chat 2023, and designers, I don't think they were angry, but they were kind of perplexed. They were kind of like, what about this? What about that? Because when I tell people that I have a productized service that is, and I don't always throw that word around. Oftentimes I just say, look, we sell design by subscription. You just subscribe and we're off to the races. Well, what about overflow? What about scope creep? Is almost always the first concern, scope creep. And my answer, and I don't think anybody likes my answer is, it should be included. Not that people who don't creep scope, I think that's how you say that, not that they pay for others who do, but have a system for responding to people. It's like the 5 tips I just gave you on how to scale trust. Those are the way through maintaining and managing scope creep. So sure, get rid of scope creep. How about unlimited pages? So instead of saying, I'll sell you a 20-page website, or work with me, you get 20 pages for $5,000 or whatever you're charging. I know it's all over the map. I like round numbers. They make it easy on my brain. So if you're selling project work and there's a limited scope for the project for a specific fee, that becomes problematic. But if you were to say, you can have as many pages as you want, I don't care, then it puts skin in the game to say, well, in order to accomplish that, we've got to break this up into chunks, and you've got to have a process for getting through that so that you can do so consistently. It moves the cheese a little bit, sure, but it also creates a ton of trust. And by putting skin in the game, I position myself as an accountability partner, because traditionally, clients and service providers are not simpatico. I've been wanting to use that word. They are not partners. They're absolutely not partners. Even if all you're selling is hours, time and materials, and you're doing hourly billing, then the client is accountable for managing how much is being used in order to maintain or manage your costs, right? If you're selling value-based project or flat fee project, it's on you to get all the work done in less time or as little time as possible. Otherwise, it eats away at your profitability. But if you're focused on lifetime value, it allows you to move into this connection economy and scale trust in a way that helps you to level out hard costs and soft expenses, soft costs, I guess, in time, and move toward an achievement, like long-term goals from an achievement standpoint. And by that, I mean accountability. That's the word I'm looking for. I've only used it like 5 times in this video. By having shared accountability, you enter a space where you're collaborating on their success and you're a partner in their success. And it changes the relationship entirely. I have many clients or subscribers who are like, this is just amazing. Every time I message you, things get done. It's incredible. Sometimes I don't hear from them for a couple of months, and then I have a month where they absolutely dump on us and they need a ton of stuff done, and I'm happy to do so. So with equal value exchange and a partnership in accountability and success, it changes the game. It's an entirely different business model than project sales and project work, which is very traditional, but also a lot of people are struggling with it. And I just basically gave you the keys to get out of it. So if you found this interesting, you want me to chat about this more, I will. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I haven't gotten any comments in the last week or so. And nobody has viewed the last couple of videos. And I think it's because the audio sucks. Turns out this microphone wasn't connected right to my new computer. And I didn't notice. Because I go live, I don't edit these videos. They're completely unedited. And that's intentional. The problem is if I don't watch it back, I won't realize something wasn't hooked up right. So add that to my to-do list, my checklist. And I've had all kinds of challenges on that front, man. I'm telling you. I struggled with getting my key light. I didn't turn it on last Monday. Was it Friday or Monday? No, I don't remember. I didn't turn on my key light. And I'm by a large double pane window, so I get plenty of light. But if the audio's bad, it doesn't matter what I'm saying. People are going to bounce. So I don't anticipate the last couple of videos. Not that I'm not really not looking at the analytics. I've made a commitment to not look at the analytics till I'm past 100 videos. And I think this is 55. Yeah, 55. So I'm a ways away. 45 more videos and I'll let myself look at the analytics. Not that it matters. Right? I'm just chatting with you. We're friends. We're buds. Buds for life. So anyway, like, subscribe. I carried on here for about 3 minutes doing nothing. I think I'm just excited. I know my microphone's hooked up right now, and I'm like, yay. I sound good. It feels better. Not that it didn't feel good before, because I didn't know I wasn't hooked up. But I did go back and check a video because someone was like, hey, what's up with your audio? And my heart sank. I think it's 2, maybe 3 videos. And I might just go back, delete them. So anyway, I hope all this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, call me crazy, whatever you want to do. I'll feel you. And I will see you. It's Wednesday, so I'll see you back here on Friday, 11 a.m. And I'm excited for it already, to be honest. I'm excited to be back here with you. Let's hang out Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern.